Hi, welcome to this, what is going to be a playtest sort of demo of Stone Saga, which is the game by Lost Haven Art, who we interviewed last week. I am Anna, or Riley, whichever one you prefer. I use it pronouns, and I am joined here today by...
Howdy, I'm Magpie. That was a lot smoother than normal. I'm Magpie. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me in a lot of places at Antique Horror. I was on the interview last week, so I am ridiculously excited to have a go at playing the game this week. I have no idea if I'm pointing the right way, but
Yeah, I just gestured, and I was looking at some
oh, who's where?
mirror, and the image is mirrored, and it worked perfectly fine. But yeah, no, we're going to play this a little bit. And we're gonna actually go through character creation as well. Yeah, do you want to, considering you interviewed, tell a little bit more about the premise of the game?
Yeah, it's really cool. That's it. No. So the game is based all around kind of dwarves fantasy. It's kind of I'd say it's like a journey type adventure. It is a similar adventure, kind of each time you play it, but no time will ever be the same. You are essentially transporting something of great value or interest to your own people to another place, but I don't want to ruin it until we get into it. It's essentially meant to be a solo journaling game, but we're kind of playing with it a little bit in that we're making it a two-player. There are rules for two players, but we're kind of turning it into a two-player and also doing it as a verbal told story as opposed to journaled. So it might be a little different than how you end up experiencing it yourself. Yeah, but we're starting with character creation, and I am sillily excited about it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So the game has a couple of mechanics. The one being, I think, the most important one being flame, which is akin to your health or your resources. If I remember correctly, everyone starts with 4 flame, but you can, as you pull runes, because I've got actual runes here. You don't have to. You can pull them online or anywhere else. You essentially pull runes to determine not only your character's stats and kind of their name and like what their vibe is, but also as you play, you pull the runes to decide what kind of location you're in and what kind of danger you might come across, and also what kind of rewards you get for well, facing that danger. So yeah, flame is the most important one, I think, because if you lose them, your journey ends, sadly. Um, and then you've got heart, which is essentially to do with physical stuff, so like you think like strength and stuff like that. Reason, which is mental. So like think, I guess, intelligence, this kind of things, and integrity, which is to do with social aspects. And yeah, we're gonna just, I think I'm just gonna, shall I pull for you first 3 runes so you can see what you get?
Ooh, yes, please.
Okay, let me just, right, okay, so show them to you. The first one is answers,
Okay.
which have to, I think it's the, isn't that the first one? Yeah, it's the first one if you scroll down, so that easily that's to determine your stats.
Cool, cool. I'm just rolling up because I had gone all the way to the bottom, thinking I was being smart.
I'll also pull for myself at the same time so I can do mine. We'll have 3 different ones. And my first one is Algis.
Ooh.
I also need paper, I just realized. There is a character sheet in the PDF. But I wasn't smart enough to print that, so I'm just gonna write it down.
And you also have beef with your printer.
Yeah, I have beef with my printer, but I think most people have beef with their printer. I think that is inherent to the nature of a printer. Right. Your second one, by the way, is Nautis.
Ooh.
So I get, because I've got August, I get 1 heart, 1 integrity, and 1 extra flame, which
Ooh,
is
okay.
useful.
With mine, I get 2 on integrity and 1 on reason.
Nice. and my second one is Berkana. Or Berkano, depends, I guess. I find that with runes, people have some have different similar symbols, some have different pronunciations. So I've got 2 of that. And your other one is Avas.
Ooh, how's that spelled?
That is spelled, I think, EI.
Got it.
Got it. You got it.
Got it.
There is another one very similar, which is Avas, which the I is removed, and my last one is Tuisas.
Ooh. Right, I'm gonna grab the pages for mine.
Yeah, I get another. I have quite good heart. And I get another flame. What is this?
What are you doing?
And then my stats are like low. So far I've got 6 flame, 4 heart, 2 integrity, and 1 reason, which sounds to me like I'm just a himbo.
Can't escape the allegations.
Can't escape the allegations. I am whoever. Like, what do you got?
I'm just doing the maths. And then, ooh, because I'm writing down my like associated kind of like words with it as well.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot to check that.
Because I want to make a character out of it.
Yeah, so there is a table with runes that where you can pick runes and you get a first name and a clan name. I'm just gonna pull them separately. Well, did we want to play family or something like people related?
Oh yeah, can we make family?
Okay, I'll pull. So I've got Nautis for, let's say, the clan name. So that is Battlebeard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, wait. And then for my first name, I've pulled Ansus, which means my name is Lumi. I like that. That's a nice name. And then for you, that would be Berkana, which is that one on the list? Nori. That's nice. I like that.
Okay.
So we've got Nori and Lumi Battlebeard. So yeah. So what are your stats?
So I've got no flame.
Oh, you've got 4 flame.
I've got 4, but
yeah,
I've got no extras. So I have 2 in heart, 3 in reason, and 4 in integrity.
Okay, at least someone has brains.
Oh, don't put that in my care, compadre.
Cool.
Right, I'm just trying to find the other stats for my one.
Yeah, so how the game works essentially is you pull the tree runes, but it's called the tree norns, which essentially is like past, present, and future. And those correspond to, each rune has a page that has like a location and, like I said, a hazard and an aid, so like a reward. So for example, if I right now for a location I pulled Evas, which leads to something, and then, and then I'll pull the other one as well for hazard, Otala, and then for reward, Elgis. So what we're gonna do, I think what we're gonna start with is, before we do anything, is create a little setting, which I think, Magpie, you're better at than I am.
Oh, I was gonna have a quick run through the characters, kind of.
Yeah.
So all of the characters have associated kind of characteristics, or all of the runes have associated characteristics, and similarly with the Norns, you'll create your characters past, present, and future. And looking at mine, I'm a little bit scared.
Oh no, what is it?
So for my past kind of rune, the inspiration is communication, understanding, and inspiration. So I'm gonna say it has maybe come from quite a tight-knit family. I'm also writing as I go. Quite a small town, with, I guess, a lot of kind of chatter amongst the people. So I'm going to say maybe that might apply for both of us. Do yours kind of line up with that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I already put mine away, so I don't really remember. I know that the first one was Algis, I think, which is defense, protection stuff, which I guess makes sense.
Maybe we have a
For
small
him.
fortified town then between the two of us. We have a
Yeah,
small kind of like military-esque town, but it's quite homey inside.
yeah, that sounds
Um,
good.
my present is cycles, changes, harvest, and reward. So I'm going to say that we started off as a militarian town, um, and kind of from then found a bit more kind of, I guess, financial prosperity after hitting a really good harvest. Um, Kind of, they really tried to put the work in to change from a battling town to becoming a more peaceful town. However, however, my final rune gave me balance, enlightenment, world tree, and death.
Oh, fun!
Cheerful. So, I kind of want to see where that leads me. I feel like maybe kind of at least my guy has come from. Well, we've both come from the same family, but my guy's come from kind of like a militarian background. But then is seeking to change himself and follow the path of his own town, and kind of become a lot more peaceful. And he feels like doing this, becoming the torchbearer, will get him that way.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think that might apply. Cool.
Yeah, I should have written my runes now. But I think I'm just gonna. I mean, it's like if we're gonna play siblings and we're from the same place,
Yeah.
similar interests, and just different, probably just different ways of going about it.
Okie
Yeah,
doke.
right. And that
So, with that,
characters.
do we start?
Yeah, I think
Do
so.
we start? Okay. So I'm going to say that the town that we have is, as we said earlier, quite closed off. It's quite small and keeps itself to itself these days. It is known for its agriculture. It is known for having some of the best farming equipment this side of the mountains. Um, as you step into the place, the first thing you noticed is a smell of baking bread and pastries. To the left, as you first walk in, there's a cozy little bakery. Um, Bustling with people. There's a lot of folks around this place, and you get the feeling a lot of people have stopped there, like before work in the morning, to go and get kind of loaves of bread, things to take with them. Um, Bread and jam made from some of the local crops is the preferred thing to have around the place. To the right, you see some of the kind of like housing habitats. They are small single-story buildings with where you would expect to find wood, a lot of metal. And a lot of the metal is treated and coated and filled with scriptures. Um, One thing you will notice is that up the wall completely, the name of each of the matriarchs of the home has been placed with a rune beside it. You get the feeling it's a little bit more of a protection, that each person that has lived there has laid a protection upon the house to make it cozy, to make it safe, to make it feel as though it is part of the family and that it has been passed down. Um, at the heart of this great city, or great town, I suppose, along a cobbled trackway that is, I guess, muddied a little bit by mud and straw and hay from the horses, is a massive forge that you see filling the town. Um, it's belching smoke out. You see pretty much all of the townspeople, I guess, kind of filing towards it, kind of like little ants in a nest to go and start the day's work. Um, our two, however, our two brothers have been sent on a slightly different quest and are going the complete opposite way. Um, they've been sent by the village, I guess, or the town's, I guess, mayor or sort of leader, Ina Ironbeard from the Ignatius Forge, to carry our own forge candle, our own light, to one of our recently, I guess, established townships. It is as of yet nameless, um, but we are hoping that by carrying our torch there, we can begin a naming ceremony. Yeah, I guess we start. It's raining a little bit. We've both got kind of like waxen kind of hoods to keep the rain off. Kind of a small contraption to cover the flame. Yeah, and I suppose we stand by the roadside waiting to go.
Yeah, I mean, the first rune I pulled for that is really perfect because it's all about well, it started like a well-traveled road,
Oh!
where it says this place this place in the deep road is impeccably maintained and bustling hub of activity with well-lit braziers, lanterns guiding the way, carts coming and going, and groups of dwarves traversing the area on foot. So that actually makes sense. Only we're
Oh,
going.
I'm a psychic.
Yeah, yeah, that's perfect. That's a great location. It also says it reduced hazard difficulty by 2. So what essentially you're doing I think they're called scenes or something like that. Which the number of scenes you've done determines difficulty of the hazard that you come across. So if we're now doing the first one, so everything we do will be 1 difficulty. And then as we go on, difficulty goes up. So as you go on in your journey, it becomes harder and harder. I guess it makes sense. If you're traveling for a while, you start getting tired, and there's like, especially if you've already been ambushed like a couple times, you're running low
I'm
on
done with this.
resources. Yeah, exactly. So that makes sense. The way you pass or fail is you just roll a 6-sided die, and if you get a 4 or higher, you succeed. But yeah, that actually perfectly matches location. So for the hazard, I guess as we're going just outside of the city now, we're just leaving. We've got Otala, which let me try and find it real quick. Right. It's actually funny because it's about ancestry and heritage and experience, and I guess we're just leaving. I mean, we would have been born and raised here, and we're just sort of leaving something behind that we're known for. We say that we're not. This is like our first big travel.
I'd say
Um,
so.
yeah, this is this is new for us. So I'll read the prompt first, and I'll say like what we'll make of it. The prompt says, "Dwarves both below and above ground are widely known for their exceptional skill and craftsmanship. Many of them would rather face death in battle than be captured, knowing that their invaluable skill would be exploited by their enemies. This tests heart or reason." So I'm saying maybe we're just leaving a tower just on our way, and maybe people have heard of this new settlement and are not like enemies of us have heard of this new settlement, and they're not really happy with us going there. They don't want it there for whatever reason, maybe. And I think we're maybe just on the road when there are people who are trying to stop us in whatever way or form. Could be that they're just attacking us because that would be the hard, because that's the nice thing. You can because this tests harder reasons, so you can choose, are you going to go about this the civil way, the reason why, or going to fight. We're going to throw hands essentially. I feel like what would be, I think if there's going to be people, are we saying there, because we've got a list of baddies, of bad people.
Whoa.
I think the main, well, yeah, one of the most common dangers we get in this game are the uruks, which are like orcs. Um, we can say we're just a little bit out of town when there's a group of them sort of waiting for us.
Yeah.
And I think at least my character would be very quick to try and throw hands with them, but I feel like maybe your character a little bit more sensible.
I think he'd try and talk his way out of it, maybe try and pass on supplies, try and bargain.
Yeah, I guess that. I think if there's like a group, like one of them is at least a leader, and we'll try and step forward, and we'll take try and yeah. I mean, if you want to go and reason with them, there I don't. There's no like stats you have to roll against, just difficulty of the scene, which would be 1. I mean, we're only just outside of town, and I think that maybe these people might be a bit more inexperienced, because I don't think people with more experience would dare to come closer to this like military kind of town. I think there might be even be younger people, like younger orcs,
just having a go.
Yeah, just having a go to see what they can get.
Like, what can we do?
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to test reason in that case, that would be a difficult of 1. So you just have to roll a success.
Cool. So I get 3 dice for reason. I'm gonna mute just for a second because my dice are really. Okay, so I rolled a 4, a 6, and a 1.
Ooh, I mean the 6 count as 2 successes as
2,
well.
so that's 3 successes.
Well, that's great. So yeah, I would say that you manage to. I think it doesn't even need much convincing. I think like they're
Kind of bristles up a little bit.
Yeah, you can like like where like teenagers like are trying to like be really tough, and then like they they're like they seem intimidating, but then when you start talking to them, you realize that that they're quite scared of.
I feel like Nori's sort of quite a small, squat sort of chap. Kind of real fluffy ginger hair, all braided back. And he'll just heft this big great axe up onto his shoulder and just stare them out. As if to say, this is gonna take your kneecaps out if you stare at me for too long.
Yeah, I can see that. I think they at first would be very intimidated, and then maybe one of them starts like sort of picking a fight, and maybe you just throw some like some immaculate like sort of like phrases like clapbacks out of there, and they I think after a little bit they realize that this is not worth the time, and this is not going to work, and they were hoping maybe to like stop these 2 dwarfs from going out there, so they could like have a tall story to tell like back in their own
they
village.
prevented the foundling.
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't work. They quickly like move on. And then we have a reward, which is August, which I'm gonna have to find really quick. Right. So that, and the thing is as well. So the aids, the rewards when you're doing the solo obviously are for you, but then the rules for multiplayer are that you have only one of the characters gets it. I would say, considering you solved it, you would get it. So it says a robust suit of armor, a menacing and intricately designed helmet that once belonged to the ancient dwarves, and exceptionally well-crafted axe or swords. These objects are symbols of strength and power and serve to make those that wield them savor in their journey. Increase heart by 1 and flame by 1. So maybe one of them, as they're sort of one of them in the group was younger and more scared, and as they sort of like scurried off, actually like dropped their axe, or literally whatever object, or maybe let's not make it an axe. Let's make it a an amulet or something like that. Like a little.
That also works.
Yeah, a little mystic like item, and you pick it up and.
Have stopped.
Oh no, not the pens.
Why?
Yeah.
If you heard me furiously scribbling, that was why.
No, yeah, you pick up an amulet that they dropped, and you put it on, and you just feel stronger. Like you feel like a little bit more alive, and a little stronger.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let me put these away. And pick where we're going next.
Oh, what's next, compadre?
Alright, so we're gonna pull 3. Right, okay, we've got Canis, Raido, and Dagas. Let me find sort of the one we've got for the location is Canis. Or Canis, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm scrolling. That's 24, page 24. If you wanted to describe that one.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay.
Oh, I see why.
I see why. Steam-powered contraptions are found here being used by the Dwali under the guise of engineers to reclaim ancient mines. The sight of these intricate machines chugging and hissing as they tirelessly work to unearth the hidden treasures of the earth is a testament to the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the Dwali people. It's as if the very essence of their history is being woven into the fabric of the present, creating a compelling narrative to progress and compelling narrative of progress and perseverance. Reduce hazard difficulty by 1. So we're back down to 1.
Yeah, cool.
I'm going to say that kind of we follow the path for a small while. There's a little bit of a kind of like fun attitude, I guess, because it's like, oh, we've just beat that. Like, we're going to be so good at this. There's a little bit of kind of cockiness going on. I feel like the brothers are a little bit kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're a bit kind of like young. They're a bit kind of daft. They're a bit kind of like, this is fine.
Here's lads.
Yeah, they're lads dancing their way through life.
Yeah.
They reach, or they'll follow this long pathway for maybe a few miles, kind of trudging along. And all of a sudden, it breaks into this craggy cliffside or craggy mountainside, kind of carved out completely. And you see kind of heading into a track that you guess we're going to have to go on as well. There is a railway track, and you get the feeling we're going to have to follow that as well at some point. We will have to head under the mountain. You see what essentially looks like a squat, very kind of wide steam engine. It is howling through the space. It is puffing out black smoke. And kind of behind it, you see kind of weird little buckets. Rather than being on wheels, they are suspended on like a wire behind it. There's almost like a coat rack sort of like hanging off the back of this thing with lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of buckets of ore, of coal, of things that you might need to run a furnace. And you get the feeling this is heading towards the new settlement. Um, yeah, it doesn't seem to be sort of like held up by anyone at the moment. We're just sort of at a what would be a station passage. The rain has ceased, and we've now kind of got a petrichor kind of damp smell to the world around us. Life's good. It stopped raining. We've
Alright.
beat some orcs.
I mean, yeah, and it's also a good smell to have.
It's a good
Um,
vibe. You can hear a roll of thunder in the distance, but right now we're fine.
Oh, I mean, I like thunder,
Exactly.
so.
Exactly.
All right, so the hazard that we have is Raido, which I'm also going to read what that does. Your honor is called into question. This is a situation that can be put to rest with a blade or words. Essentially, like what we've done before. Dwarves often engage in duels and engage in the art of flighting? I don't know if I'm saying that right. A poetic contest to outdo and mock their rivals. This serves as both entertainment and a means to address significant issues without resorting to violence, test heart and integrity. I'm not going to start a rap battle. I'm just putting this right now. Yeah, maybe there's other dwarves.
Yeah.
Here
I'll say setting wise, maybe as you head into the tunnel, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's like, this is a mine tunnel.
Yeah. Why are you in my tunnel?
Why are you in my
This
tunnel?
is a secret tunnel.
It's a secret tunnel. I'm not going to start singing. Yeah, and we're gonna have. Are we gonna set? So yeah, there's this person. Once again, picking. We've got a lot of people picking arguments of us. Maybe this person sees us carry the flame and wants to join us on our journey. They're like, they want part of the honor. Maybe they don't seem. Maybe we've heard of this person, and maybe we know that they're not. Usually, they're not. You can't trust them.
Yeah.
They've fucked some people over in the past. But they're making some good points. They're saying like, like their strength in numbers. It's going to be a dangerous path. He says that he's seen people up ahead that that a potential danger up ahead.
I'm gonna say the name's Ray Flamehair.
I like that.
I'm
yeah.
gonna roll with that.
Right, flamer. I love it. Yeah, they're trying to. Yeah, they're trying to continue this again, and I think this rule is more gonna be a. Instead of like letting, let's say, instead of having it a fight or like argue with them, see if we can make a good decision on what to do. Maybe we'll do something like that. I think integrity would be good for that.
Mhm.
If we can, yeah, see, sort of like an insight check. We can see, like, we in the back of our mind, we
Yeah,
know this person's not very trustworthy, but they're making some really good points, and then
yeah.
we're
Do we trust them?
do we trust them enough, and do we feel like the points are good enough to be like, yeah, that's come along with us. I've got an integrity of 2. I could try. I don't know what your integrity is, but yeah. So maybe once again, I think I'm
Nah,
just
nah.
no.
My guy
Okay.
sat there like, my brother can handle this. Like, my brother can handle
All right,
this.
I'll go. So it's so right. So we have reduced it back to difficulty back to 1.
Yeah.
I failed though. So I essentially what happens is I rolled a 2 and a 3. So I lose 1 flame. It's fine. I had 6 flame to begin with, so
It's
that's
fine.
fine. I think my character would try and like point out what's it called, like a flaw in this person's logic, and then this person counters that, and I just feel like, oh no, they've made a really good point, and I'm just sort of like my character sort of stepping back, so just go behind you is like very ashamed that their point wasn't that good. You know, like when you think you're being really smart and you make a comment, and then someone else quips back, and you're
Yeah.
immediately like destroyed. Like,
Nori was fully behind him, like, yeah, that's a great point. Like, listen to my brother. Like, he's saying everything correctly.
yeah.
Oh, you can both roll, and if the other player has more than enough successes, they can pass them over.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Do you want to
thank
record
you
as
for
well
helping us
then?
cheat.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
integrity is 4. For future recording, we have the actual creator in our.
In our
I was
chat.
about to say
Yeah.
Teams chat in our Twitch chat,
Yeah.
giving us little clues. Oh, okay, so that's a 5, a 6, a 1, and a
Okay.
3.
Yeah. You got this. So I said I
Yeah,
already
so
stepped
he's just
back. I'm
stood there
like.
kind of like arms crossed, kind of hanging about, and then we'll kind of lean forward and be like, no, you need to say this to him. Like, you need to make sure you pass this along.
And this is nuts, and then like goes like step forward, like try like cross arms and just be and just repeat exactly word for word what you said. Yeah, and I think this person Ray just looks at the both of us and just tries to figure out like an argument. I can't come up with one. And then sort of like starts like grumbling like a little bit, like insults, like like, oh, well, then have fun with your journey and stuff like those kind of things. And
Nori
that's no,
Nori
go
would
ahead.
have dead ass brought up the time. I feel like maybe they got lost trying to plan like the crop field fences. And he will have dead ass said, like, oh, well, last time we tried to plan something, you ended up in the middle of the witch spider's forest. So, like, why are you coming with us?
Yeah, exactly. And they're just like mopey about it, like sulking and just grumbling, and then I was like, well, and just step aside till that is passed, because I think in the end he realized that what we're doing is important. I think he just wanted more, just have part of the fame.
Yeah, he wanted his
made
name
it.
in the history book, but if he did that,
Yeah.
he shouldn't have gotten lost.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So for the reward, we've got daggers, which I'm going to
Ooh.
try and find real quick.
My laptop's
I
really
will
slow for spooling.
Oh no! I will say that there in the PDF there is going to be a list with all the page numbers where you can quickly find them. We've got a draft one that doesn't have all the numbers yet, but they will be there. Right. So for the reward, an exceptional item that represents both hope and certainty. It may take the form of a revered relic from the ancient Dwali, a vivid dream, or a prophetic vision rising from the flickering flames, or perhaps an enlightened sage with the knowledge to direct you on your journey. Choose to increase one of your 4 stats by 2 or 2 stats by 1. So I think.
Do you want me to describe something if you want to take?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
Do you know what you want to take, or do you want to go first and describe
No.
what you want to take? Okay.
You go first.
I'm going to say that kind of after your little kind of mope for a second of kind of like the failure at first, but then kind of getting it the second time, you kind of like focus a little on the flame that's kind of like flickering and casting peculiar sort of like shadows on the wall. Um, and from the white of it, you see a village kind of coming out of an outcrop, kind of almost rising from the snow. And you see it almost in real time begin as this sort of like base structure of basic houses slowly growing into, oh, well, now it's got a bakery, and oh, well, now it's got a butcher's, and now it's got the forge is slowly being created more and more. And it kind of gives you a bit more, I guess, inspiration, a little bit more kind of gumption to go ahead, that if we can get this done, if we can light the flames of this town, of this village, then we're going to be part of the reason that this story can continue.
Yeah. No, I like that. And I think considering we just did, what was it? A reason or an integrity? And let me quick check real quick. Integrity. So much. I will say yeah, I think I get to integrity with that, considering that was what I used. And I think it's sort of the way I see integrity is not just as social, but the way it reads to me is what is sort of like the heart, like empathy and those kind of things. And I think maybe what started out for Lumi as it's just like a fun journey, like, oh yeah, let's do this, and this, will be good for a reputation, stuff like that. Now actually he's got his heart in it, and he's like, actually I want to see this happen, and I want to want this to become something great. And yeah, that's sort of inspired by that.
Ooh,
cool. And then we continue. We pull the next ones. I'm room filling. I don't know why, I just got great joy.
It makes a
and
good
just
noise.
Okay, let me see. Oh wait, this is the same one as I had before, so I'm gonna pull a different one.
Ooh. The only thing I have on my desk is dice and like a random block of cheese.
A random block of cheese.
Random block of cheese. It's specifically it's I picked up the airport last time I went to rescue you.
Yeah. A nice little very Dutch pen. So the runes rattling is a good sound. It is. Right. So our location one is Hagelas, which I'm worried. I've not seen it, but I'm worried if it's like anything like related to the rune itself.
Oh, yeah, I had it then.
Yeah, danger, nature, obstacles, like it. Hagelas is a rune of like danger, kind of. Yeah. If you wanna.
Oh, I was just giving it a little read. So, here the mountain road has crumbled, yet it unveils a gateway to the expansive world beyond, where swirling clouds and majestic peaks of other mountains await. The outside world is a curious place. Its call is irresistible, offering the allure of excitement and exploration around every corner. One can't help but feel drawn to its mystery and allure. Failure of the hazard here results in losing 1 point of heart or integrity, as items are easily lost over the edge.
Oh no!
Oh no! So I'm going to say that we leave the railway tunnel and kind of follow the track for a little while, and we reach a very impressive, almost like an aqueduct style bridge or a viaduct style bridge. Looking over the side, you see clouds. You don't see the floor, you see clouds first, and then if you squint a little bit through the cloud and the mist, you see settlements below. Ahead you see the mountain range that we're headed towards, and you're fairly certain if you squint a little bit and kind of like, if you really lean on the other shoulders to look up, you can see distant smokestacks. But right now it is a snow-covered vista ahead. However, one small problem. You can see that the train that we saw go ahead of us a little while below is nowhere on the tracks. And if you look a little further, you see there is a gaping hole in the track lines, where the wrought metal has kind of curved and bent and shifted. The rock beneath it has crumbled away, and you can only presume the train went down with it, or at least a good number of the ore went that way as well. Yeah, it's kind of left us no real way of getting across unless we can somehow find a way of, I guess, MacGyvering a way across.
All right. Well, I think I've already peeked at what the hazard is because I pulled Urus for that.
Oh,
Which is about like courage and strength. I
ooh,
won't read what it says because I have a perfect idea for this. Ahead lies a
oh no.
majestic and formidable creature, a colossal and ancient troll, or perhaps even a dragon obstructing the way. With strength, cunning, and the right words, even the most formidable challenges can be overcome by a skilled of dwarves. Children tests heart, reason, or integrity. Failure leads or results in losing one additional flame, but success restores one flame. I'm gonna say that as we're watching this this gaping hole in the tracks, we hear something growling beneath. I'm gonna say it's like a pretty big hole. Um, and before we can even gather what's going on, a dragon flies up out
Oh,
of the hole and sort of like stays like mid-air, like flapping and looking at us. Like I don't know if we can really discern what the what if it's angry or not, but it's just staring at us, and it's sort of this moment of like, oh, we're gonna have to fight this, or can we actually talk to it? Um, and I think if we succeed this, I think we are allowed to ride the dragon over the hole. That's what I'm thinking. But I think we're gonna have to maybe. I think we're gonna have to either integrity or reason. I would say. I think we're not. I mean, I'm not in a fighting mood today. I think considering it's not attacking us immediately.
yeah, it's just a guy.
And yeah, it's just and also we
It's
need
just
a way
vibing.
across. Yeah, we need a way across. So
Yeah.
like we can absolutely, I think try to convince this dragon to let us ride a little bit. Um, yeah. So what we
Okay.
do? You, are we? So we can. Hmm. Do you want to try? I mean, I've got 4 integrity now.
I also have
Um,
poor integrity.
yeah.
But
Do
we
you? I
can
mean,
both roll.
yeah, but I mean, you roll first. If you don't succeed, I will roll because then we can. And we also had the what was it from our location? The little setback that was.
Failure of the hazard here results in losing 1 point of heart or integrity as items are easily lost over the
Ooh,
edge.
yeah. Right. Do you wanna roll
Yeah,
that?
I feel like he'll
So this
kind
is
of.
also 3 difficulty as well now.
Ah! What could possibly go wrong? I feel like Nori kind of like steps up and will kind of take his sort of like axe off and will lay it on the ground and is gonna see how that goes. Oh,
Oh no.
that's a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 5.
Oh, okay. So wait. Let me.
Buddy,
I'm
please
actually
bring out the
realizing.
dice.
Yeah, I need
I
one more. I realized I need one more. All right. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see. 1 second.
I need 2, my friend.
Okay, perfect. There. I rolled 3 successes and 1 failure. So we've got exactly. Well, we've got. Yeah, we've got one of you.
Yeah, live, laugh, love. Okay.
Yeah. So I think yes. I think you're. So what you're putting the axe down. You're trying to reason.
Yeah,
Um.
he'll go forwards, we'll kind of take a knee and we'll sort of like lay the axe down. I feel like sort of like their parents would have told them, don't fight dragons, that's a silly idea. Like they're
Exactly.
reasonable with, they're sentient beings.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I think maybe what happens is you try and put the axe out, you pull the axe out first, and this dragon immediately sort of like tense because it looks like you might attack it, and you put it down. But now it's like on edge because it's like watching us. And I think Lumi would then no, like Lumi is a bit of a fighter, so I think he would recognize when it looks like when someone looks tense and like ready to attack,
What
or
does
ready to
Lumi look
defend
like?
themselves. God. Well, what are we like? How closely are related are we? I think Louis has really light skin with like little freckles, and has kind of like strawberry blonde, long hair, but it's like sort of kept messily in the back because it was raining and everything, so it got really like, and the wind was blowing, so it was really, it was not great. So pretty like built back. I think maybe a little bit broader, average height for a dwarf. Looks, like people who like have some body fat on them, but they're actually like, kind of bear kind of type, like that. That's sort of like where you're really strong, like that kind of vibe. Yeah, exactly. Like
Okay.
he likes to have like good food, but also like he's really like, he's a lot stronger than he looks.
That's a shout.
What does Nori look like?
So I think I said earlier, kind of like fluffy, kind of like ginger hair. I guess a little bit shorter than average. But is just muscle at this point. Is just built quite sturdily. I feel like has like a lot of like little kind of trinkets and stuff, kind of like tucked away in his hair. Yeah, he's got like a hat pin that no one can really explain because he never wears hats, but he has a hat pin. Like little things like that. Kind of like I guess like a deep brown kind of tunic. Kind of again with like lots of little like sparkly bits on it. You get the feeling he's a bit of a magpie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How fitting.
How fitting.
Yeah. I also obviously like beards, like like great, like
yeah,
good beards,
like well braided, kind of like
yeah.
up into the hair.
Exactly. Yeah. They go to the same hairdresser. Yeah. No, you put your sword down, and yeah, it is their mom. Yeah, you put the sword down, and this dragon is an edge, and I think Lumi just steps forward and just is completely honest and just explains like, I think he first explains what their goal is, and then he sort of brings the flame forward to let the dragon look, and I think the dragon sort of stares at it and gets the same kind of vision, maybe a little bit altered to like what what relates more to dragons, but gets the same sort of vision and same kind of feeling that Lumi had, where suddenly he cares about this cause, or this dragon cares about the cause. I mean, and I think Lumi would just sort of explain like, we need a way across, and I think this dragon would land in front of us and sort of lower, and we can ride us back. Let me first get the reward though, because before we leave this, let me try it. So that is we got Tias. Let me. There it is. Right. Oh, this is perfect.
Oh?
An NPC, item, or source of information that can provide essential help when facing physical danger. And
Perfect.
and the need of knowledge about upcoming challenges such as powerful weapons, skilled marksmanship, or lethal. Notes you're in imminent danger. Game 1 heart and 1 reason. This is perfect. This is meant to be.
Yeah.
The game 1 heart and 1 reason. Should I have that one, or do you want to have it?
I feel like you completed it. I kind of nearly messed it up.
That's okay. I'll put 1. Right. And I think with our four friends sort of flying off, we've got a new companion now who's like eager to help us. We're flying off into to this. I think that might be a good way to leave it there, or if only so we're not spoiling, because I'm pulling a lot of runes, so we're not spoiling the entire book.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is I think a good demo of where this adventure could lead, and I think we're leaving it open-ended and hoping that our little dwarf pals will complete their mission. I have a command that I'm supposed to type. Yeah.
Stone Saga is. Oh, am I chatting? Stone Saga is currently available on Kickstarter. There's some really cool rewards. I'm just saying, there's some really cool ones. You too can own the book. So the game can be as long or as short as you want. We're doing kind of like the recommended sort of like three round stint. You can go longer, you can go shorter. If you're doing it on your dinner break at work, you can maybe just do 2 rounds. If you've got friends over for the night, or you've got an evening to yourself, you could do plus rounds. It's how brave are you with your dice?
Yeah, because as well, like as you do more scenes, difficulty goes up, and like I was looking at my stats. I'm like, if I have to like, roll a lot of dice for difficulty, I'm gonna get in trouble at some point.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get more difficult as you go along. No, I think that was really fun.
Yeah.
And we made a really nice story, and yeah, I think it said it can be played up to 4 people. If you do if you do more than 2 people, the difficulty increases, I think, by 1 or doubles, from memory. Yeah, but it's fine. I mean, it makes sense. If you're more people, difficulty, you have more people who can pass difficult successes along. So you want to increase difficulty, then that
you want to make it hard.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good. I think, and yeah, I think the only thing to say is to back this Kickstarter. I think they're already fully funded, from what I recall. Yeah, they're well funded. So you can
still back it.
Yeah, so back it, because they have stretch goals.
And it's really cool, and I really like it. And you can find the interview that we did with the creator, who's also very cool, from last week. So you can find that up on our YouTube. You can find that on Twitch ? Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if the interview is up yet, but we'll put it up.
It will be there.
It will be.
Yeah. I think. Is that it?
I think
should we take ourselves off? We don't have the producer on the actual stream, so we're both just sat here like, what do we do? What do we do? And then we have to really hope he's there, because otherwise.
Yeah, if our lovely producer is there, could you please take us out? And everyone, thanks for watching.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.